Board of Health Chair Dr. Wayne Miller is honored for his work, and a new access mat on Sandy Neck Beach will allow greater access to that beach. We have details on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Wednesday, June 15th, 2016. I'm Sarah Mannel. Board of Health Chair Dr. Wayne Miller is resigning from his post. The board thanked him for his service during this week's meeting. Town Councilor Fred Shiragotis was the first to thank Dr. Miller for his work with the Board of Health.
This is a proclamation from a plaque from the Barnstable Town Council recognizing you for 16 years of tireless effort and leading by example. No question about it. On behalf of the Town Council, thank you very much.
Thank you, Fred. Appreciate that.
Tom McKean, director of the town's health division, also had kind words for Dr. Miller.
Dr. Miller, all those years that I've called you on the phone and you've always answered the phone, whether you're in the trout, you're in the stream catching trout, or you're someone at a family gathering out of state, you always answered the phone. Someone needed approval for an outside barbecue. Right away, within a week, they had just planned it, apparently, the week of the barbecue, and so we talked on the phone, and you were so helpful. Ellen wants to say something as well.
Well, this is for you, and thank you for making my job easier.
And finally, Town Manager Tom Lynch recognized Dr. Miller for his 16 years of service on the Board of Health.
You know, y'all like the old ad, you know, on E.F. Hutton.
I'm just old. I'm like the old. Let's
You know, when people talk, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. That's kind of the way I viewed you. You've handled this role, which is a very sensitive role. There can be a lot of public controversy about the issues that you confront, and you've been able to move us forward, keep our people safe, but at the same time, you know, not let that enter major controversy and turn it into something that would be very disruptive to the town. And I know Mark and I, you know, dealing with you privately on issues when would come in to talk about it, it really was that you had that ability to condense what we were talking about, what was important, where we would draw the line, and we often followed your marching orders, and we're going to miss you an awful lot. So thank you for your service.
No, it's been a pleasure.
And a big congratulations and thank you to Dr. Miller from Channel 18. You will be missed. A new beach mat on Sandy Neck will make it easier for individuals with disabilities to enjoy the beach. We chat with Beach Park Manager Nina Coleman about that new mat. Some big happenings today over at Sandy Neck. Tell us about the celebration that you're having today.
Yeah, very exciting day. We are going to be celebrating a new beach access mat that we installed at the bottom of the handicap ramp. So it's a blue mat. Some of the other towns, Sandwich has one, have been using these mats. And what it does is it improves access for folks that might be having some issues in that deep sand. So perhaps somebody with a cane or somebody elderly or somebody pushing, you know, a child. There's that group of people that are still having trouble getting through that deep sand. So we installed this mat. It's 100 feet long. It gets them from the bottom of the handicap ramp to what we call the berm, which is nice and firm down there. And we're going to be celebrating that new asset to Sandy Neck, and we're celebrating with the Barnstable Disabilities Commission, which is a town committee that funded the mat, and we're really grateful for the funding. And we also just want to take a moment and acknowledge that we have this increased access for our visitors and obviously for our residents of both Sandwich and Barnstable.
You know, and I think sometimes when you don't have to deal, when you maybe don't have a loved one with a disability or you yourself don't have a disability, it's easy to not be aware of the challenges that some of these individuals face, and they want to get out and enjoy the beauty that we have here in Barnstable just like everyone else. So it's really heartwarming to me to see this type of thing happen and taking place so that everyone can get out and really enjoy the beach. Is this going to make it easier too? I know you guys have some wheelchairs available, beach wheelchairs available.
Yes,
Is this also
it
going to
certainly
help
makes
with
the
that?
beach wheelchair. So there's two things I want to say on that, and thank you. I agree, Sarah. It's really important. And I think we missed this little niche of people. And I've had conversations with folks, local folks, neighbors that say they're having trouble. And I said, well, we have the wheelchairs, which we do. We have 3 beach wheelchairs. And I totally get it. They're like, Nina, I do not want to get in that wheelchair. I get that. You know, they want to still have that,
Freedom.
freedom and be able to get down to the beach without having to resort to something of that level. So it's that person that we're really helping out, and there's a number of those around here that come to Sandy Neck quite often, and obviously our visitors. And we do have the beach wheelchairs. We provide beach wheelchairs to both the public beach, and then we'll drive them out to the off-road beach. And I know that's a huge help to folks. So, for instance, I have a friend with a special needs child, and to get to the water's edge in an off-road vehicle, because of all the equipment that you need to be like, you have your vehicle right there, is really, really helpful so that family can enjoy the beach, and we bring that wheelchair out to them. So we really are trying to be as inclusive as possible. The beach access mat will also help folks that need to use the wheelchair, but because it's easier to push down this mat, if they have an elderly person pushing, it'd be a lot easier than trying to push the beach wheelchair through the sand as well. So it's just going to improve all of the things that we already are doing. It's just bringing it up to another level.
Love it, and thank you, Nina, for all the work you do to provide access and help to anyone attending the beach. And I want to talk about a few more important things because I know this is your busy season. You're getting into the 4th of July, I think, is the busiest weekend for you guys all year. Is that right?
Oh, without a doubt.
And so you guys are sort of gearing up for that. One thing I noticed, or that you discussed earlier this week at the Sandy Neck Board meeting, was the hazard that some of these lanterns, I know a lot of people are really into lighting these lanterns and releasing them into the night sky at Sandy Neck. It's beautiful, they think it's great, but this is actually very hazardous for both the environment as well as a fire hazard.
Yes, the sky lanterns, which are available kind of everywhere, and they're in that funny category where people think they might not be considered a firework. But they have been classified as a firework, so they are illegal. They do seem quite benign and very beautiful, as you mentioned, but they are a hazard. It's a lit flame that you're sending up into the sky, so that if the wind is right, that would be going back into our dunes, which are extremely flammable. In terms of the dry grass and the vegetation in our dunes. So there's the fire hazard of that particular activity. And then I just want to let people know that I find those all over the place. So even if they went out into the ocean, it leaves this huge chunk of trash. It has like a wire in it and the leftover bottom of the lantern and then the melted plastic. It's this big chunk of really ugly, really harmful trash for the wildlife, especially out in the oceans. It might be seen as something to eat, and it could get a lot of our wildlife in trouble. So, we respectfully ask people to put them away and not set those off. We're going to really try to get that educational piece out for the 4th of July. And then, of course, fireworks in general. We all know those are illegal and dangerous as well. So we definitely have our hands full. Over the 4th of July weekend, we want to make sure as many people as possible can enjoy our beach. It's a tradition with many families, but it's also our job to keep everybody safe.
We'll be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 8 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we will meet SCORE's Small Business Owner of the Year award winner, Yitka Borowick, in our community profile. We'll chat with Town Council President Jessica Rapgrassetti. She'll have a preview of this week's Town Council meeting. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.